like the $48 million it cost to make, which the film ended up bringing in less than half of. In a 2011 interview with The Guardian, original Mario actor Bob Hoskins called Super Mario Bros. The worst job he's ever done and his biggest disappointment. And he and his Luigi co-star John Leguizamo consistently got drunk while filming on set because they hated the movie so much. Nintendo, however, loved Charles and said in a statement that it's been a privilege working with him to bring Mario to life for so many years. It's not clear yet why Charles is stepping down or who's replacing him, but as Mario himself can attest, he'll now have ample free time to enjoy some of those magic mushrooms. It's like looking into a mirror, right? You're enjoying footage of some humanoid robots at the World Robot Conference in China, which just wrapped up on Tuesday. On exhibit are these electronic bodies with lifelike skin, flexible joints, and the ability to mimic a human's facial expression, like this one that says, "What the hell is this monster?" An app scans your face, and there it goes. The robot looks like it's in apprehensive pain. As disembodied arms and heads flail around in the background, the CEO of X Robotics, the company that makes these things, says they're polishing this facial recognition tech, and the company hopes to build robotic substitutes of humans. In another exhibit, this robot dressed like a bartender is flanked by women showing off their lack of skin. That same robot company CEO says these types of androids are suitable and useful for tourist attractions, hotel lobbies, and public administration service centers. So this should give you a pretty good idea of who's going to be renewing your driver's license someday. Humanoids weren't the only ones having fun at the conference. Caninoids also got in on the action. Like this guy standing on his front legs and kicking his back feet in the air as though he'd like to be scratched, as if he could feel anything. The marketing director for Unitree Robotics, the company behind these digital dogs, says they possess four-dimensional LiDAR, which allows them to sense its surrounding landscape in real time to avoid obstacles, as well as conversational AI. So if you tell it to dance, it'll dance. If you tell it to run up the stairs, it'll run up the stairs. But there doesn't appear to be a mouth on this one, so good luck with fetch. This cyberdog's got a head though, and it wants to shake your hand and control your appliances, even if you kick it around. This engineer from Xiaomi's Robot Laboratory says this pup's AI connects to your smart devices. So instead of shouting, "Hey Alexa, turn off the living room," you can yell at your dog to do the exact same thing. These prefabricated pups and people are on display to showcase tech that may one day replace a lost hotel key or bite the mailman. But elsewhere at the robot conference were machines that you better address as doctor. This is the Da Vinci surgical robot, doing its best to look less terrifying by demonstrating its capabilities with this tiny little ring toss game. An employee of Intuitive Fosun, the company behind the robot surgeon, says the machine is better at minimally invasive surgery than humans because it allows for a greater field of vision, and its robotic arms don't shake like a human hand holding a surgical tool. Because you definitely don't want a robot's hand to be shaky, especially if it's going to hand you a beer. Let me take this moment to tell you about a quaint British farm where you're free to take in a full glimpse of nature's splendor in more ways than one. This is the Stoke Fruit Farm, located on Hayling Island just off of England's southern coast. Across 350 acres, the farm produces everything from potatoes to sweet corn to pumpkins and squashes, to wheat to peas to hay to sunflowers. And as of late, it's producing a surplus of nudity. That's because the farm is also home to Sam's Sunflowers, a gigantic 50-acre field filled with around 2 million sunflowers. The sunflower field is open to the public for picking, but as of late, the farm shop has had to reach out to visitors on Facebook to remind them that we are a family area. Please keep your clothes on in the sunflowers. We are having an increase of reports of naked photography taking place, and this must not happen during our public sessions, please. The farm has since had to erect these friendly reminders. In the comments, Sarah Jane Cruddas wrote, "Our son got a right eye full last night. Should have seen his face." And Sue Litherland said this doesn't surprise her because the last few years I went, there were so many vain grown women all dressed up and made up, posing and pouting at sunflowers. Indeed, 4 years ago, NLVXXI posted on the Tinder subreddit, "Can someone give me directions to this sunflower field with all the single ladies in it?" That field is likely on Shutterstock Island because stock photo sites are filled with photos of women enjoying nature au natural. And it's not just ladies getting in on the action. The top comment on the farm's Facebook is of this husband posing sunflower in mouth, half shirt open. And for those who think the farm is being a bit prudish, Dave Hillman in the comments asked, "Who made you clothing police?" And